really not bright enough for my, well, I'm not bright. Gonna get rid of this one. Oh, talk with you guys. I forgot about you guys. Come on, I'm sorry. I just got home from the doctor.
Oh.
Hey, you had it time good. So how you been, all been doing? Do you feel better?
Oh yeah, much better than I was last week.
I'll be with you just a minute.
Alright.
My oldest son lives in Aurora. And he's got a friend up there that, my son's quite a fisherman. And their friend, he set up pretty well where he makes homemade ice cream. And he furnishes there and Karen with homemade ice cream, and he furnishes them with fish, fresh fish. So they make pretty good trade. Pretty good trade. Doctor told me on my eyes, I had the laser did on them last week. He said you won't have to worry about that problem again. So that's a praise.
Yeah.
So that made me feel a lot better. That makes you kind of worried when I just wake up one morning. I just woke up one morning a couple weeks ago, or 3 maybe. I couldn't see on my left eye. Well, I take my meds a little too. Anyway, what's new? What's going on? Anyway.
We've been wondering, the place you worked at for, was it 32 years? What was it called? Was it Premier Turbines? Or?
Well, I retired at the time Premier Turbine. They were the last one here. They were the last business here. And I worked for them. Well, I was right at the point of getting ready to retire. And I retired during their tenure here. I didn't work for them very long before I retired. But I don't know if you remember or not, Rocketdyne. You remember Rocketdyne? Do you happen to remember Rocketdyne? Well, they are that was a company that we started with. Rocketdyne, and then North American. North American and Rocketdyne were affiliated in some way, but I don't remember how. But then there was, if I can remember, see, I was in that one building for 34 years. And there was 4 or 5 different businesses, doing the same thing, basically. North American left, Rocketdyne North American left the plant, left that area to go back to California. And you had to have 10 years before you got any retirement. I got 9.5 years, and so I don't draw any retirement from them. But they did say at one point in time that if you had 9.5 years of service, you could go ahead and get some retirement, but they didn't follow through with it. I never got anything for 9.5 years. But anyway, then when Rocket Line North American left, excuse me, I went out to Parsons, Kansas. There's an ammunition plant out there. I worked as quality control engineer there for, what was it? Not very long, 6 months or maybe, it wasn't a very long period. They called me back here when our company came in. The company came in after Rock and I left in North American. That we overhauled starter engines for jet engines, starter engines for the jets. We done that for some time. Let me see. I get my memory's about gone. Anyway, we oh gosh, GE General Electric had what they call a J85 jet engine that we bid before the contract and got it. But right before the J85s, we had the what's called the J69, which was an Air Force trainer aircraft that trained pilots to fly. And we overhauled that engine for a long time. And we overhauled these Thunderbird, Thunderbirds. We overhauled their engine for, well, we'd take them off the plane, we'd tear them down, we'd replace parts if they needed. We'd just done a general overhaul of their engine. And we did that. I don't know how long now, I don't know how long, but that is when it made you understand the importance of your job. What you did, every individual that had part in that process of overhauling that engine and putting it back together and praying that it worked. As the way you know what I'm talking about, the Thunderbird.
Yeah.
They had to work. But anyway, we overhauled. Well, I don't remember how long we did, but they'd send 4 in at a time. And we'd tear them down, overhaul them, and put them back together and test them. And not in flight, but we had to test them. We had a test cell on. We overhauled the the J69 engine, which it was a jet engine, but it was kinda. it's prop jet, what they call a prop jet. But actually the J69, it's a smaller engine. And we done a lot of those all the time. And at one time they came around and said, we're taking, there's 5 or 6 of us, they're taking 5 or 6 of you to Dallas, to that air base down there. What is it? Well, anyway, it's beside the point. So we're taking you down there. We're gonna fly you down there, and we're gonna be using the engines that you overhaul. I said, whew. I hope we done a good job. And anyway, we did, and they did, so it worked okay. But it was you know, it makes you wonder, or no, it don't make you wonder. It makes you think that, hey, this job, you better do it right, because there's a life at stake. There could be a life at stake if something happened to.
Especially with the engine.
Yes, and yes. So it was. You have to get serious. You have to get serious about it, and you really get serious when you have to ride the run you overall. But it was not. It was nice. It was interesting. There was always something different to do every day. Different parts to work on. It was very interesting. Premier Turbine was the last. Let's see, was that right? The last place that was in the building out there. I believe that's right.
Yeah.
They're gone. Everything's gone now.
Yeah, it's shut down.
Yeah. We worked hard and we was very good at it. God, the people they had was very good people. But we had a lot of fun too. We had 2 people and all that. The most we ever had. Am I born here? I don't know.
Oh.
The most that was ever employed in that building at a company, I think was 1,100 people. Now that 1,100 consisted, I think, 2 of our test cell. Yeah, out in our test cell out east of us there. I don't remember if you guys are old enough to know. Remember we were overhauling what they call the H1 engine, it was what's called J5, and then there's a bigger engine that was I'm sorry. I'll remember to go ahead. The H1 engine was a big engine. In fact, that I had to climb up stairs, and not stairs but ladders to even get on it, and then it was a huge engine. But we test that sometimes at night, and that was quite a sight. Everybody, there'd be cars parked everywhere out there just in order to see. If they knew we were going to test things, and that night, we'd have a crowd. And everybody around knew when it went off. It actually jarred some windows. Not seriously.
Yeah.
But you knew the vibration from that engine running. It actually cracked some walls. The sheetrock, actually cracked. You know how the cracks will extend sometimes from corners or wherever. There's been 5 people. I think we've had to pay for some repair. Yeah. But it's quite a sight. You could hear it all over the place, all over town when it was testing them things. And that was the big engine that I said was part of the group that took the moon, or got it off the ground anyway, to head to the moon. So it was very interesting. There was something different. Oh, yeah, something different every day that you confronted as far as working, I took, when I was at school, I wasn't too bright, I guess, but I wasn't real good in it, math. So I could never figure out why I had to take that. But I took trigonometry. I said, no, I will never use trigonometry in my everyday job. Boy, how wrong I was. I used it never in the last part. I used it every day. Well, it just seemed like it finally got where I knew what I was doing. When they said you can take trigonometry this year if you want to, I'd flunk it, but I didn't. But I used it a lot. We had a little book, and I had it for a long time in my toolbox. And when I had to get rid of everything at my house, to come up here, I let my toolbox go out. And I really hated, you really hate to. But I didn't. Well, I have to take it back. My sons got my toolbox, what I had for years. But with where the trigonometry came in, you had to figure a lot off of a blueprint and apply it to your part, and then I worked a lot with machine parts, and then I worked a lot with laying out big, like they call them full volutes. They were big cast parts, and what they were raw casting, and so we had to lay them out and mark them where they needed to be machined in order to make the part and make it usable. And it was interesting. It was interesting, but I learned a lot. Didn't think I'd ever use trigonometry, but I used it every day. I used it every day. It's just amazing what you can do that you think you can, if that makes sense. It was a very interesting job. I love going to work, and a lot of people don't, but I did. I love to work, and I learned a lot. I got to boss people around a little bit. I didn't care about that, but I don't know. In order to get a job at the place that came in first, if that stuff's in your way, throw it out. Just throw it in the floor.
It's fine.
Floor. I don't remember how long they were here, but I thought, man, I'd like to go to work out there. But anyway, I think I told you the other day, I went to Joplin to, what is the old place that I called my college?
Franklin Tech.
Yeah, that's it. Went up there, got some experience, and they hired me, so I'm glad I did what I did there. But anyway, we have our good days and bad days and setbacks and gamebacks and all that, But so how you guys coming with your program here? What is it? What do you actually do? Are you going to do, or are you doing?
Programs here, or the ones at our schools?
Well, you're coming out here. I don't understand what.
So, our Upward Bound program is like a college preparatory academy. It helps us get ready for college and stuff.
In what way, hon?
We come here every June and we stay in the dorms Sunday through Thursday, like a college student would.
Oh,
And we take classes like from 8 to 5. And sometimes if we'll take like dual credit classes, which gives us college credits.
do you take them at Crowder?
Yes.
You take them, do you stay out there?
Yes, we do.
Where do you live? I mean, where do you, you don't live in Neosho?
No.
Okay, well, it's making sense now. I can, you're
Yeah.
putting it together now. But you've gone every week?
Yes.
Where do you live? Where do you guys live?
No, where we stayed for the week is in the dormitories.
He meant like town.
Our towns are like anywhere else. We would all just meet here. But I live in Wheaton, so
Oh, do you? Okay. Well, where do you live in?
I live in Carl Junction.
Okay, I'm with, okay. Okay. But you stay in Crowder,
Mm-hmm.
in the facility, or in the
In the summer, yes.
dorms, yeah. Oh, okay.
And then at the end of our summer classes, if we pass all our classes, we go on this week trip to another state. And this year we're going to Florida
Just not for school, just for
just for this.
trip.
The program that we're going through.
Oh, you're gonna do a program while you're there?
No.
it's part of the program.
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
if we pass all our classes here
Oh,
during the summer,
I see.
we get to go on a trip.
Oh, I see. Well, good. That's neat. What, a week? 2 days, 3 days, a week?
It's one full week.
Yeah, it's a full week
Full week?
because 2 of the days are for driving.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll be nice. That'll be nice. Have you been to Florida?
Mm-mm.
I have. So.
It's nice. But these hot days we have, I don't have any desire to go. It's warm down there. It's warm here. I have 2 or 3 friends and family that, well, the people that bought my house before I moved up here, they go to Texas every winter and stay down there. But since they bought the house, they haven't, 2 years ago, they haven't went back, so.
Maybe they had a house in Texas.
Well,
Maybe they had a house in Texas, and that's why.
well, they did. Where they went for the winter,
Mm.
where they went for the winter was, and they did have a house, and it's small, of course, but just for the winter time, yeah. But they quit. I don't think they went the last 2 winters. Well, they haven't. They haven't. No, well, 2 winters, yeah. They bought my house, and then like they went that. They went that fall, but they haven't been back since. That's their house down there. So what is the climax of the thing here? What you're doing here? What is it? Is it preparing you guys for something?
It's preparing us for college, like kind of how college life's gonna be, like staying at the dorms
I see.
and
Taking classes.
yeah.
Oh, how the classes are, you mean?
Mhm.
The actual college courses,
Yeah.
Sometimes,
sometimes.
depending on like what you're taking.
Oh. Well, but you're still in high school. You guys are
Yeah.
still in high school. Is that, is it hard? The classes you have to take, are they college classes?
Some of them are, yes.
Yeah.
But, kind of ease you into it then. So,
Mhm.
well, that's neat. I think what do you want to do?
I want to do computer science.
Really? Because Wish I was smart enough to know how to do that, or I mean to know that. That'd be neat. I bet you are. Oh, you told me one time. I was janitor.
Oh.
I don't mean, I was trying to say, what am I trying to say? You told me.
Yeah, graphic designer.
Designer, that's what I was trying to say. What kind?
Graphic designer.
Graphic designer,
For like shirts and like logos.
Signs.
yeah, okay. You actually design.
Yeah.
That's neat. Well, at least you know what you want to prepare to do then, don't you? Is this helping you?
Yes.
In what way?
It's
Always?
yeah.
No.
Helping us get some of our classes done earlier. That way we don't have.
You will get actual college credit?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
And then Crider will pay for your first 2 years of college.
If you're in the ACT program. I mean, not
A+.
A+ program.
But Crider will help pay for some classes.
Yes.
Crider, you said?
Yes.
Well, will you be starting at Crider?
I will.
Yeah, I won't. I would be going to a similar school like Crider now, or to Springfield.
Where will you go?
Ozark Technical College.
Oh, okay. Well, they're starting now. They done away with some of the vocational type on-the-job training. To me, that was a wonderful program. I would, then personally, and when I was still working, they would bring people in that had their college degree, and they would know nothing. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm not blaming them or anything, I don't mean that. They would bring college graduates in that had their degree and everything. And I would have to, we would have to train them in any aspect of what we were doing, which, yeah, you'd have to be trained. But what I'm trying to say is, I think the on-the-job vocational type training is as good. If you want to learn the trade, that I think is a very good thing. Very good thing. Vocational on-the-job type training. It's hard to beat. But again, it's what you want to do. Do what you want to do. Anyway, I've tried to figure out how, during my period of growing up, I was well, as long as I can remember, I was big enough, as long as I was big enough to go out and do what I could do. Did you ever milk a cow?
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out when I was still on the farm. Growing up and doing that and taking care of my life. How is this going to help me milk an old cow? Morning and night. How is this going to help me get me a job? But anyway, it wasn't the way it worked. Well, I learned a lot. I learned discipline. I learned how to work. A lot of people today don't know how to work. They're afraid to work. They don't want to work. A lot of them are lazy. And I learned how to work. I learned responsibility. But I did learn one thing. We had, and I may have told you this. Well, I know it told we paid for a farm raising strawberry. And the thing I did learn was that when I got up for work, I wouldn't have a cow or a strawberry. And I didn't. But I love strawberries and I love beef. But anyway, you know, it's strange how you grow up, what you're doing, and what you end up with. I really did. I wanted to be a barber. I may have told you that too. I wanted to be a barber. Several of my kinfolk was barbers. And I kind of thought, well, I kind of like to be a barber. I mess around with my granddad's hair, my dad's hair, you know, my brother's hair. He didn't say we caught. But it's, I think the best thing that young people can do today, or whatever they're doing, wherever they're going to school, whatever it is, I think learning responsibility, being responsible for who you are and what you're doing, and to learn how to work. A lot of people do not know how to work.
Yeah.
And that may sound funny to them, but they don't. And I praise the Lord for my parents. But I learned how to work, and learned responsibility of it, and found out the repercussions of it when I didn't. They made several trips outside to get switches when I was born. Maybe I didn't do it right or I didn't do it. I did do it the next time. But it was. That hurt. Well, the switches hurt. But anyway, I have a praise today, and I may have told you that when Dr. Arnold left I don't think that said you won't have to worry about doing that again. Having to do that laser thing, so they'll take care of that. He had me reading. Let Dennis go to find the bright light. I'd like to have something set on the back of my chair where I can, I don't know what I need, but I do need that. I knew I needed a bright light. This is not bright enough. But I sit here like this trying to get enough light at night. But anyway, let's go try to find me something that, because I can tell the difference.
So that was your, who was that?
That was my youngest.
Youngest son?
Would you believe that when he was born, we could put him in a shoebox? Kind of grew, hadn't he?
Yeah.
Well, he was a preemie, you know. And I didn't know this for a long time, and he had, preemies are susceptible to, what is that? It affects your breathing.
Asthma?
Well, it's kind of, yeah, it's that, it's scarlet fever.
Is it a heart murmur?
He has heart problem.
I'm trying to think, because I was a preemie baby too.
See, we couldn't take him home for 6 weeks. We had to leave at the hospital. See, that's how preemie he was.
Wow.
But later, what we learned that most premature babies gets large. He's small now. He's not small, but he has lost over 100 pounds. And he's still large. But you know, but he's strong. Gosh, he I paid for him to get hold of me and not want to turn loose. I mean, he's very strong. But anyway, he got pretty large. He got at one point, he's lost now over 100 pounds. And he weighed over 300. He weighed over 300 pounds. But I didn't realize, still don't know why, premature babies are usually heavy. Man, boys, you're not gonna get it. How premature were you?
Almost 2 weeks.
I see.
Because my mom went into labor with me at like 2 months. So she had to take medicine to keep from having me.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, Dennis was about 3 months. That's a long time.
That is all.
And he's having to develop.
He was born at 3 months, or he was 3 months premature.
He was 3 months premature.
Okay. So he's about 6 months old.
Yeah. Yeah, and he just, well, he wasn't sure he was going to make it. In fact, I lost him in my life at birth. But he let's see, I'm trying to think where he went to college. I think he went to college at, what's the one job?
MSSU, Missouri State University.
Yeah. He graduated there from college, and my oldest boy graduated from Springfield. That's the answer to one time.
Missouri State University.
Yeah.
And the one in Joplin is Missouri Southern State, right?
Missouri State.
The one in Joplin?
MSSU, Missouri State Southern University.
Missouri Southern.
Yeah, Missouri State Southern.
Yeah.
It's so confusing. It's
Yeah.
all almost the same.
What? Which one?
They're all like almost named the same way.
Yeah.
They all have Missouri State and
Missouri.
University in it.
Yeah, that's right, they do. Yeah, Larry was, yeah, he was where I was working at, we just received a contract to haul the J85 jet engine from General Electric. And we have all of the, I can't think. All of the fuel controls, the aftermarket controls, all pumps, all the things that went on the engine and around it. We had them out at what they call the 900 building. They were away from the main plant. I guess because of the lesser wages they had to pay the people. But they didn't know. I mean, they had this learn. But anyway, I had the all fuel controls, oil pumps, all that, all the accessories that went on it to make it go. We were holding right there. That's up for 3 years, I guess. Over the inspection part of it, quality control. And it was interesting. It was interesting. Yeah, I didn't mind going to work.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's if you can find a job that you enjoy. it be a big difference in how your attitude toward it.
I think we have 10 more minutes.